Hi everyone, this is Attorney Lillian and I am here today with your Tuesday tip. Chat. I am Attorney Lilian of Lillylegal, where we help our clients get status for themselves and for their families using the U.S. immigration law system. So, today, I want to talk to you about some myths that I have been getting so much of lately in my practice with new clients, with current clients, that I want to make sure that you don't fall into the trap of believing these myths, okay? So, that is what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to cover 5 of them. One of them does have a part 2, but you'll understand, okay? So that is what we're going to be talking about today. As always, if you would like to schedule a private consultation with me, you can do that by going to the links in the description to this video. But without further ado, let's jump right in, okay? So one of the next myths I want to burst for you. At the interview, there is an expectation that because you had the account right after you got married, that it is going to, you're going to produce a specific number of months of bank statements. So just keep that in mind. Let's say you two got married in January. So that's fine. Let's say you got married January of 2022. When you file your 2021 taxes, you're going to file as single, right? Or head of household, depending on if you had dependents, right? However, if your interview is not till, let's say, April of 2023, your tax return should be married filing jointly or married filing separately. That's just an expectation that's had by USCIS, right? So if you're filing after, if you're getting married in January of a certain year, of course, the previous years you weren't married, so your tax returns will say single or head of household if you qualify for that. However, moving forward, right, if your interview is not till after the next year's tax return is due, there's an expectation that when you file your return for that year, it is not going to say it is not going to say head of household. And the reason being, well, 1, you're not single, you're married. And 2, if you are filing head of household, that means in order for you to qualify for head of household, if you look at the IRS rules, in order for you to qualify as head of household, you and your spouse cannot have lived together for the last 6 months of the year. That's the IRS rules. So if you are filing head of household while you're living with your spouse, married, or at least you're presenting to USCIS that you are married to your spouse and you two have been living together all year round, it does not make sense that now you are filing head of household because it violates IRS rules. And guess what? USCIS knows that. Okay? They know when someone can file single, when someone can file married, filing jointly, married filing separately, and head of household. They know those things. So just keep that in mind when you're filing your returns, when you're preparing your documentation, that even though you don't have to have all of that to start the process, there is an expectation that you will have it months down the line or even a year after filing. So again, I'm just going to reiterate, if you are married and living with your spouse, there's no reason you should be filing single, and there's almost no reason you should be filing head of household, but talk to a tax professional. Tell them exactly your living situation with your spouse, and they will give you the right filing status. You are allowed to file separately from your spouse, so you can do married filing separately. However, head of household is a gray area. It is murky. You really want to stay away from that. Single is definitely a no-no if you are married, unless, right? There's still situations where you could file single, but you need to talk to a tax professional. You need to talk to an accountant before making that decision. You should not be filing your return without getting a clear opinion from a tax professional or an accountant if you are looking to file single or head of household while you're married. Okay, so make sure you're getting that tax advice before you file your return, so that you do not fall into that little trap. So that is your tip for today. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. And if you like this video, go ahead and share it. If you know someone who needs to hear this, go ahead and share the video with them. If you like what I'm talking about, like the video. And if you're watching in a place that you can subscribe and you do not want to miss any of my uploads, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And I am Lilian Chukura. I am the lawyer and owner of Lillylegal, where we help our clients get status for themselves and for their family using the U.S. immigration law system. Thank you. Bye.